Hi, Pisces. You hear noise, that's just my dishwasher running. So you see here how much luck is coming your way, how much opportunity is coming your way, the more that you feel free from the old ways of thinking, perhaps. The old ways of doing things, the change in your life. There are opportunities coming from many different directions in love and career, but especially love. However, again, as we said before, it's more about what's actually fulfilling, what's abundant, and not rushing any decision at this point, because everything's coming to you anyway, so why rush anything? If you know right away, think about a time where you knew right away and it worked out. Go with that feeling. Go with that understanding of life at this point, because this energy will stop. However, this is a great chance for you to see how far you've come, not to make any immature decisions based off of only material, only physical. It's about everything now. The internal, the external, the emotional, the security. There's growth here. There's growth in your self-worth, and it's more about when you say it. Again, if there's anything that feels forced this month, you understand, you'll learn where it's coming from, and perhaps it's coming from a long time of hard work, of becoming more separated from whatever issues you've had with a father figure or a person who you felt you always had to be a certain way around, meaning only passive or submissive, and only ways in which where they feel good about themselves or they get put on a pedestal, and you're just kind of cutting those dynamics down at this point because of the amount of love that you feel, and that brings you to your center when you really are coming from the heart. In this season, it's all heart, and that's how you feel good on your feet. It's also things that you're facing head on, and you're not scared to speak up about your needs. You're not scared to speak up about what has happened before and what you won't allow happen again, because you're showing where and being vocal about where you've been subconsciously maybe manipulated before. And this is a great, because you're in such a great place, it's always easy for others and for you to be manipulated, or anyone, a lot of people, not just you, but you specifically right now, to be manipulated in a way that's not good for you, in a way that brings you back to a place where you didn't feel like you're good enough. You have a lot of self-doubt. This is different. Anything that makes you feel that way is an automatic no, and if you have a hard time saying no to that, or a hard time understanding that, where are you giving someone else your power? Where are you giving into or thinking about them too much, or thinking about the situation or the career opportunity too much, and not really living your life the way that you're choosing to? You have a lot of, again, speaking up is really important, but mostly with your action, maybe not giving too much. You know, they say play hard to get, but that's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying don't give all of your energy to one person at this time, or if you find yourself spreading yourself thin, it's just you needing this energy for yourself, because everything looks great and there's something that's coming in to the forefront of your life that could be really good, but then there's something else maybe sneaking up from behind. I'm not going to say that's from someone from the past, although, and I'm sorry to say this if it's triggering, it could be. However, I do just think it's that past energy of being wishy-washy. You can sense when someone's not really being true. Before, you used to question that, and now you're very sure of what you're sensing at this point. That this is secure, serious, but it's beautiful, romantic, alluring. This is maybe manipulative, thinks they know you better, seems to feel like it's a trick. Maybe it seems too good to be true. So then it brings you to what you really want, what we're going towards for you, and then what used to happen. because you're not putting all of your energy into just one person or one situation. You're giving each opportunity and person the chance to say their piece, to express their piece, meaning express how they feel or express what they can give to you, what they can offer to you. And one of them is just like, I'm not sure if this is possible, however, I want it to be, but I don't know. Maybe even they could be married. Be careful. Or you find out they're actually, you know, not as serious with you as you want to be. But you could end up even moving for someone or an opportunity that really is that thing. And you just need a new adventure, and you have the security to know that everything will work out. It's important for you to tell the people closest to you at this point, and maybe even get some advice from someone who has either been in a situation like this or just really knows what they're talking about. It's important not to be stubborn with your own perspective. Even if you don't agree with them or it triggers you, it's important to be open to that. Being stubborn in certain ways is important this month, especially with like boundaries and whatnot, but being stubborn with advice that you are asking for, it's not the way to go. Excuse me. It's only going to make you work harder. They might have exactly what you need to hear and a fresher perspective of what you need to hear, and it actually might get you to the root of where you've been working so hard and you've like, why do I still feel stuck? It's only because of something possibly internal due to an external figure in your life, or a certain way of fathering or parenting yourself. And this comes along with experience. You need experience to have the wherewithal to understand where you've put a lot of work into, where things are slowing down, where things have never really moved the way you want to. And you either have to accept that it's the external place and it's time to move on externally, or it's completely internal. A lot of times it's completely internal, but sometimes we need to be able to make those moves in a new place. So it could be really tied together this month, and you may find that you are completely capable and you feel stronger than ever to make whatever decision is important for you. And maybe it's to start brand new. Maybe it's to clear all of this energy and use this really fortunate time, very easeful time, to keep things rolling and not to doubt it and not to stop it, because wherever it's bringing you is showing you what needs to be also left behind, or what needs to be cleared up and cleaned up. Reconciliation is possible this month, especially with yourself, but not with anyone, including yourself, that's unwilling to listen. You need to be receptive, because if not, there can be cause for way more confrontation than you may have thought, because it's really important for you to express your feelings, Pisces, and we know that you do, but that's not the ones you're used to. Whichever ones you're not used to expressing, that's where I'm seeing needs to be expressed more. Your actual needs, not just what you need to cover up a wound or cover up something that is only taking you away from what's actually true and real, especially in what you hold valuable in your life. Because maybe it's the stubbornness of only holding certain things valuable in your life that has kept you working way too hard or way too much at this point, and not giving you what you would think in return. So now you have the chance, and maybe even the mental space, to explore this new idea, this new movement, this new adventure with someone or a situation that is way more sure, that may feel newer to you. However, it's something that you need to experience in this life. It's something that you're being asked to experience now, is a greater sense of security. And maybe this Jupiter retrograde is showing you where maybe you felt unlucky, or maybe you felt like things weren't going your way. Even though retrograde is bringing you a lot of goodness, it's also having you reflect in a way that certain situations will pop up in your mind, and It's allowing yourself to find those valuable and also let go. Also have the courage to love them in a different way, love yourself in a different way, and loving yourself is putting up the boundaries even with yourself and your mind that's needed. It's a huge one, especially with Mercury and Leo entering Virgo. Virgo wants you to put things into action. Leo is too, but Mercury and Leo is really just exposing all of this to yourself and your mind. And as Mars enters Gemini at the end of the month, you want that mutable energy to just take the risk that you really want to take, and you don't want to doubt it. Yeah, sure, certain things will come up, but you want that true, secure feeling to be the most powerful at that time. And it can breed to much fruition. Look at all this. Yeah, you might have some roadsides in the dark. Yeah, you might move. Yeah, you may need to utilize most of your energy by the end of the month, but you have the strength and the wherewithal to do so, because you're also thinking about family, what you want in your future. Even if you may not want these particular people, you're still thinking about that, this abundance, this overwhelming sense of self. And what has kept you held back from that is not speaking on your true needs, is turning your back on yourself in times when you actually need yourself and need to say, hey, this isn't working. But the way you're communicating it is much more mature by the end of the month, and you understand why you need to say things at certain times, not just to force it. Remember, forcing, that's not what this month is about. All right, Pisces? We'll see you in Virgo season, your opposite.